I can't believe what I am seeing from the Philadelphia Phillies right now, but I am enjoying every second of it. They get their fourth consecutive win. Spencer Turnbull continues an incredible career turnaround. But, hey, let's just put this guy in the bullpen when, the other guy is available, Taijuan Walker, because that makes sense. And Alec Bohm, oh, my goodness gracious, Alec Bohm, 2 3-run home runs tonight. 6 RBIs for the Phillies third baseman. Also played a hell of a third base bag tonight as well. You love to see it from your Philadelphia Phillies. And you also get, what else do you get? You get Whit Merrifield getting his first home run as a member of the Philadelphia Phillies. The bullpen continues to just bloom, blossom, and be as good as MLB.com gave them credit for and predicted them to be as the season got underway. And we have a stat about these Phillies arms, this bullpen, this starting pitching staff, and it will absolutely blow your mind because not for nothing, it's the stat's older than me. We'll get to that in a second. You are Locked On Phillies postcast on the Locked On Philadelphia Sports YouTube channel.
You are Locked On Phillies postcast, part of Locked On Sports Philadelphia, on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
First and foremost, as always, we got to tell you about the great people that bring us this show tonight. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Go to prizepicks.com/lockedon. That's prizepicks.com/lockedon and use promo code LOCKEDONMLB. Locked On MLB, all lowercase, Locked On MLB. If you go to prizepicks.com/LockedOnMLB and use promo code all lowercase, Locked On MLB. And that'll be Locked On MLB for your first deposit match up to $100. And once again, you are Locked On Phillies postcast. My name is Mark Farzetta. I'll be taking you through our postcast of this Phillies game with their 7-0 win over the Chicago White Sox. The South Siders come to South Philadelphia, and the Phillies jumped all over them. And first, as always, 3 big things. And number 1, I'm going to go Spencer Turnbull over Alec Bohm. I'm going to go Turnbull over Bohmer, and here's why. From 2001 to 2003, Spencer Turnbull, let's list them off here. 2 separate stints on a 60-day IL, okay? He misses a season and a half. He gets Tommy John surgery. He comes back from Tommy John surgery. He gets sent down to AAA when he's with the Detroit Tigers. He gets called back up. He goes back down. He has a neck injury. And that's when he got his second stint on a 60-day IL list. Good Lord, we could keep going with this. Struggles galore. He does not get a contract tendered by the Detroit Tigers. He becomes a free agent. The Phillies pick him up for $2 million. $2 million. This guy has a no-hitter under his belt. $2 million. He has made 4 starts with the Phillies in 2024, and Spencer Turnbull has a 1.23 ERA over his first 4 starts with the Phillies, including tonight, where he tosses a no-hitter into the 7th inning. He surrenders his first hit of the ball game with 1 out in the 7th inning, so he logs a 6 1/3 innings of a no-no, and he ends up going on the log 7 innings, 7 scoreless innings, surrendering just 1 hit on his evening. He has been doing nothing but dealing for your Philadelphia Phillies since he has joined this squad. You love to see the turnaround, but again, it's a great idea. Let's put him in the bullpen because you don't want to make a starter keep on throwing when he's that good. I guess you just want to make it fair for everybody else, right? No, this is stupid. And I like Taijuan Walker. I got all the respect in the world, Taijuan Walker. Taijuan Walker had a hell of a year last year. I'm not even talking about the wins, but he came up in some big moments for the Phillies, but didn't even get an opportunity to pitch in the postseason. Now, you could argue whether or not that was the right call or the wrong call. I think it was fine. I was fine with it, but to not see him at all, not even going to the pen when you were short arms, especially in the latter stages of the postseason, yeah, maybe we got to need to start. That's a conversation for another day. But anyway, bringing it back to Spencer Turnbull, there is no way on God's green earth that this man should be moved back to the bullpen. No way. No how. For Taijuan Walker, You're talking about a fifth starter in the rotation here, folks. This isn't like, oh, you got to wedge him in there. He's got to be a number 2 guy. He's got a huge contract. No, this is stupid. This is stupid what the Phillies are going to do. And I hope they change their mind. I hope that we see something from Rob Thompson in the not too distant future that's like, oh, you know what? We've, after talking to Dave Dombrowski, what do they call them? What does he call them? Dombo. Okay. I'm going to talk to Dave Dombo, right? And I'm going to talk to him and be like, hey, you know, maybe we shouldn't move Taijuan Walker back to the rotation. Maybe Taijuan Walker should totally go to the bullpen because Spencer Turnbull's doing a fine job. Maybe not change it. Maybe if it's not broken, don't fix it. How's that for an idea? No, that's stupid. We're gonna try to fix the thing that's not broken. All right, well, that's where everything else sucks, but okay. But Spencer Turnbull, number 1, praising him for the awful ride he's had over the last 2 seasons and what he has done in his first 4 starts with the Phillies. More power to you, Spencer Turnbull. I heard my man Michael Barkan say it. I'm going to say it as well. You mess with the Turnbull, you get the horns. Okay. All right. Sorry, I'll show myself. All right. Number 2, Alec Bohm. Alec Bohm, ladies and gentlemen, hitting bombs tonight, all right? The first pitch, this is what I loved about Alec Bohm's home runs. Not just the fact that they were home runs and that they were 2 separate 3-run home runs, because that's a nice night. That's his first 2 at-bats resulted in 6 runs, so I'm happy about that. But here's what I loved in particular. The first home run that Alec Bohm hit off not Crochet. Okay? He's going out there to the lefty, right? And he throws a 98-mile-per-hour fastball at the eyes of Alec Bohm. Bohm goes with the pitch. It was inside. He inside outs this pitch as a right-handed hitter, and he puts it to opposite field. He puts it 389 feet, I think it was. That might even be overshooting it. 353 feet in the right field line, into the right field stands. 98-mile-per-hour fastball up in the zone, a 1-2 pitch. Crochet was up in the count, 1-2. Throws the high fastball, thinking he can get it by him, maybe get some chasing it. Oh, he chases it. He chases it on out of the ballpark. Next thing you know, you blink, Phillies are up 3-0. So he goes opposite field on a high fastball for his first 3-run home run of the game. Then he comes to the plate again in the 3rd inning, and what does Alec Bohm do? Well, this time he gets a 3-2 pitch way down in the zone on a cutter, and again, this one was against Crochet, and he golfs it out of the ballpark. This one travels 400 feet to left center field. Bohm bombs galore tonight, and he rallies this team to 6 runs before the end of the 3rd inning. Alec Bohm has always been a hitter. Since he came up to the big leagues, he's always been a hitter, and not only been a hitter, but a clutch hitter, being one of the best Phillies since he's been called up, hitting with runners in scoring position, if not the best Philly hitting with runners in scoring position. And tonight, he stepped up 2 separate occasions with 2 men on, and he delivered against a 3-win Chicago White Sox team that you want to jump out to a laugher of a start against the Southsiders, and that's what the Phillies were able to do tonight. They were able to get out to what was a laugher by the 3rd inning. Spencer Turnbull could just relax. He could make his pitches. He could deliver efficient innings, and he was absolutely doing that tonight. And for the second time in, 3 games now? It feels like it's been forever since Ranger Suarez. It's been 2 games. Ranger Suarez, Spencer Turnbull, they go out there, and the second time in 3 starts. Forgot about Christopher Sanchez. Second time in 3 starts, you get your starter out there at least 7 scoreless innings. How about that? That's what the Phillies did tonight. And he could relax after those 6 runs were scored in the first 3 innings, thanks to Alec Bohm's bat. The third thing, now what could top Alec Bohm? Well, I can't. I'm not topping that. What could top Spencer Turnbull? I can't top that. But all I can do is tell you, it's a team game, ladies and gentlemen. It's a team game. This is from Matt Gelb of The Athletic. He put this stat out there after the game. This stat is slightly older than me. That's the only hint I'll give you, okay? Phillies pitchers have not allowed an extra base hit in 3 straight games. The last time they had a run like that, July 15th through the 17th, in 1982. Okay. That's the third big thing on the evening. And huge hat tip to what this Phillies team has been able to do out of the bullpen. Out of the bullpen, they've been able to do things like this. Haven't allowed an extra base hit in 3 straight games? Holy Lord. Literally, I've never seen that in my lifetime. And this stat kind of proves it. That is bonkers bat you know what crazy. That is insane. That is bananas bananas. And this Phillies team has just been able to do it. And I doubted. I laughed. I mocked. I guffawed at MLB.com saying that this Phillies bullpen is not good. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. And Matt Strahm has been fantastic. What you have gotten out of this bullpen for pretty much everyone not named Gregory Soto, with the exception of his last outing. That was bad. But pretty much everybody else getting the job done. Jeff Hoffman, a little hiccup there in St. Louis, but it's going to happen. Everybody, every arm has been dealing for this Philadelphia Phillies team, with the exception of Gregory Soto. But everybody else has been doing a fantastic job. Absolutely unreal, the job they have been doing. Drink it in one more time, folks. Phillies pitchers, not allowed an extra base hit. 3 straight games. That sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good. When we come back, we're going to break down this Phillies lineup even further and look at one possible adjustment that could be made. Now, again, I just said, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And it looks like the Phillies are going to do that with Spencer Turnbull and that Taijuan Walker fella. Well, what about the lineup? Doesn't seem to be broke. They're slugging. Rob Thompson, old topper, was saying the other day during this homestand, hey, when are they going to slug? Oh, we're going to slug. I got confidence we're going to slug. Oh, they slug. They slug a lot. And to use the words of the late, great Richie Ashburn, every single hitter in this lineup, for the most part, with the exception, even Nick Castellanos, he's just missing some of these pitches. I'm telling you, I'm going to maintain optimism, and it's easy to do this when the Phillies are just winning baseball games. I'm going to maintain optimism that Nick Castellanos is going to break out of it. But is there one more thing that needs to happen for the Phillies to maybe take over the lineup that, as of right now, is hitting and is scoring runs, is raking? Is there one more thing to do? Tinker Topper already tinkered a lot there with Brandon Marsh. Moving him around, no room for error in the lineup for Brandon Marsh. He's only been one of your best hitters, if not your best hitter all season, or for the short season. But will you make one more tinkering move, Tinker Topper? Will you get involved even further? We'll talk about that when we come back. You are watching Locked On Phillies postcast on the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Let me tell you right now about how much fun you can have with the amazing people at FanDuel. It's playoff time in the NBA, NHL playoff time as well. Baseball in full swing, as we well know, in Philadelphia. And FanDuel is your place to bet on every game. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets guaranteed. That's $150, win or lose. You like them odds? I like them odds. $150, win or lose. Bet on anything from slap shots to home runs to slam dunks to rebounds to strikeouts to saves. Bet on it all with the amazing people at FanDuel. Here's what you can do. You can bet on everything all on the app, and it's safe, secure, and easy to use at FanDuel.com. So what are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com/lockedon. That's FanDuel.com/lockedon. And make your first bet an automatic win. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. All right. Credit to my man who asked me this question. I think it was Eric who tweeted me during the game. Is it time to move Alec Bohm up in the order? Now, again, with the broke, don't fix the thing, blah, blah, blah. All right. I think he is that man. I think he is that guy. I think Alec Bohm has been begging to be this team's 4-hole hitter since he got into the majors. And has he gone through slumps? He absolutely has gone through slumps. Has he showed you that he can't hit with power consistently? Well, I think he's about to show you that he can hit with power consistently. I know last year was his first 20 home run season. I know he got his 20th homer of the season in game 162 last year. And I have no doubt in my mind that Rob Thompson wanted Alec Bohm, every bit of Alec Bohm, to get his 20th home run last year. What a huge benchmark that would be for a young up-and-coming third baseman. And that's exactly what he got. He got to the 20 home run mark. Now, that's the starting point. That's the jumping-off point for this season. And seeing him again go yard tonight twice and have those 2 pitches in totally different zones, one pulled left center field, the other opposite field, both pitches going for it, taking what the pitcher gave him, he just blasted both those baseballs. That is a veteran hitter at the plate. I know he did it off a lefty tonight. It's great to see him do it off anybody, but especially see him do it against the lefty. You should do that. That's his particular matchup that he thrives in. But seeing him do that just gives me further, it just convinces me further that this guy needs to be moved up in the order. If he's the guy, if he has to be behind Bryce Harper, to give him even more fastballs and see him hit with a little bit more power, then absolutely do it. It does not look like teams are afraid to pitch to JT Realmuto. And I got all the respect in the world for JT Realmuto. Love how he busted it down the line tonight, prevented a double play. Then, unfortunately, Alec Bohm grounded in a double play, but it's going to happen. Something for Tinker Topper to consider, especially if you're going to be facing left-handed pitching. It might be time to move Alec Bohm up in that order. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, they always say. Well, if one guy is just hitting the cover off the baseball, maybe not. Maybe he's due a bit of a promotion. Let's see what we're saying in the chat here. Feel free to chime in on the show. As always, crazy. I had the same thought. Spencer Lorenzen. Michael Lorenzen threw a no-hitter for the Phillies last year with his one bionic arm, whatever the heck that thing is. It's just ginormous, right? And then he was terrible the rest of the year. I was like, Spencer Turnbull is going to throw a no-hitter, and then he's going to suck the rest of the year. But fortunately, well, I guess not fortunately. I still want him to throw a no-hitter. That would have been awesome. His second of the season, or second in his career, excuse me. Second of the season would be a record by now. Crazy. I foresee conversations between Thompson and Dombrowski about Taiwan. Yeah. How about no to Taiwan Walker? Go Sixers. Seems to be locked on Farsi. Hey, what's going on, Go Sixers? Appreciate you. I don't trust Tinker Topper to get it right, says Go Sixers. Yeah. Ari, what's up, Ari? Hitting us up in the chat. Happy Friday, friends. Happy Friday to you. Happy Phillies win. Everyone's saying hi to each other. I love when the chat is so kind. All right, Go Sixers. You're going to hold me to this. And you know what? Fine. Hold me to it. So I would have traded Nolan Arenado. I would have traded for Nolan Arenado a year ago. So they're going to hold me to it. I don't care. And they're not all gems. My predictions, my desires, they're not all gems. So you hold it against me. Go ahead. Okay, this stinks. I wish I wasn't wrong. I was wrong. But that's how I am. That's how I am. Daz, you searched for the show and couldn't find it? Oh, you saw the link on X. Well, yeah, there you go. I apologize. I don't know why that's not coming up. That's interesting. Time to give Harper a standing ovation? Maybe. Look, I'm not worried about Bryce Harper. I think you get him some better protection, maybe by the name of Alec Bohm, and all of a sudden you're talking about a different story. Maybe that's what you're talking about. If you get him going, little protection there in the order. And look, I don't think JT Realmuto is terrible by any means. I think there's a huge opportunity here for a little adjustment, in the perfect sense of the Tinker Topper, the perfect sense of tinkering, just a little tweak. That's it. That's all you need. A little tweak. I would doubt in this run that the Phillies are on that the manager is going to make any kind of move. I would love for it to come out in the very near future that the Phillies have just decided, how do we stop Spencer Turnbull from pitching? We're going to put him in the bullpen? Are we in desperate need of him in the bullpen? I don't think we're in desperate need of him in the bullpen. Now, the thing that I wanted to look up during the game, and I didn't get a chance to do that, but Taiwan Walker's contract, I'm not sure how much he's making right now. Let me see here. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, it is all money. I remember he was making more than $2 million, but I just wanted to see if it was ridiculous. I thought it was closer to 50. It's $72 million on a 4-year deal. That's why he's in the starting rotation. That's why he's not going to the bullpen, which sucks that money's going to be what's dictating, But, I don't know if you guys know this or not. That's kind of what makes the world go round. So that's why Taiwan Walker's going to be in your starting rotation and not Spencer Turnbull, who's on a $2 million 1-year deal that was on let's just see if he does okay. We'll see how it goes from here. But that's why you're going to put Taiwan Walker. He's healthy. He's going to go pitch in the starting rotation. Money makes the world go round, as they always do say. I see some people here as well. Only large concern is Castellanos and getting larger than Stott. Yeah, here's where I'm at on that when it comes to Bryson Stott and Nick Castellanos. we haven't really seen, other than his rookie year, Bryson Stott struggle the way he did in the first 4 months of the season. And then he finally, figured it out. Then he had those great approaches to the plate. And now that seems to be few and far between to have that kind of approach. The success certainly isn't there. I got confidence that he'll turn it around and he will get back to the form that we saw him in the middle of last season. The thing with Nick Castellanos is a lot of these outs that he's making are just under it. And I thought that ball that he hit in the 7th inning, maybe, 3rd inning, excuse me. 3rd inning was a long fly ball to left field, and I thought he was going to go back-to-back with Alec Bohm, and he did not. He had just gotten under the pitch. And looking at Bryce Harper, he'll have games like that, and then the next day he'll hit a home run, or 3. The game before, he hit the 3 home runs in the single game. The day before, he was just under a couple of pitches. He tattooed a fastball that went right up the middle, right to the mid of, I forget who it was they were playing, but it was an out. He hit a hard line drive out to the pitcher. Nick Castellanos seems to be hovering in that area right now. And I look, you could call it Paulie pom-poms, you could call it optimism, whatever, blind faith. I feel like he is going to break out of it. And I look at Nick Castellanos, and I think this guy is going to have some crazy run where for 2 weeks he's just unconscious and he's hitting doubles and he's hitting home runs. He's driving in runs. And I feel like he is just off on a lot of these pitches. And you could, again, excuse it as just being optimistic, but I look at a guy like Nick Castellanos. We've seen him put it together before. Yes, we've seen the long slumps as well, but those long slumps, he looks completely lost at the plate. He doesn't look completely lost at the plate right now. He's at least making good contact, and I think that will build to something that is a lot better than what we're seeing right now. To be more specific about it, if you look at the numbers right now with Nick Castellanos, it goes without saying, you are looking at a guy that is leaving a lot to be desired. And as of right now, you look at another night where he takes the over, 153 batting average with a 218 on-base percentage. Easy to say, not great. Not great at all. But the fact that he's just missing on these pitches gives me some hope, some cause for optimism. All right, we'll take a couple more comments when we come back in a second. But right now, I do have to tell you that you are watching the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel in this Philadelphia Phillies postcast. When we come back, we'll preview Game 2 and see what the likelihood of the Phillies actually winning yet another series. They haven't lost a series since their second series of the season against the Cincinnati Reds. We'll be back in a few here on the Locked On Sports Philadelphia Phillies postcast. How great is Prize Picks? You guys have heard me talking about for the first month of the season, the incredible app called Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 fantasy sports app, and more than 3 million members have the app. So download the app, Prize Picks. Make sure you download it. It's the easiest and most exciting way to get in on all the action while you watch your favorite sports players. And also, all you got to do, pick more or less on 2 or more player stats and watch the winnings roll in. Cha-ching! Don't miss your chance to add your favorite players from the diamond in your Prize Picks entries, whether it's strikeouts, RBIs, first inning runs. Take your pick, more or less, and add them to your Prize Picks entry today. Get in on the playoff action as well when we're talking about what's going on in the hardwood. You can win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks as you go on against the world's best players and take the game to a whole new level during the basketball playoffs. I personally have a lot of fun on Prize Picks. If you guys aren't playing on Prize Picks, you need to start in. It's a great time. Take, for instance, tonight, I hit more. I hit more on Trey Turner hits tonight. Another multi-hit night for Trey Turner, so I got more on that. And I figured I'd ride that while he was hot, but unfortunately I hit less on Spencer Turnbull strikeouts. Wah, wah. So I didn't get that one tonight. You win some, you lose some. Tomorrow night, got to think a little bit more, maybe a little bit of Tyrese Maxey points. Hit less on that or hit more on that. Joel Embiid, I'm going to hit less. Tyrese Maxey, I'm going to hit more. JoJo just doesn't look healthy enough for me, but Prize Picks, you could have fun on all this action. Anything close to 100% with Joel Embiid, I'm going more. Not feeling so great about that. You can download the app today. That's Prize Picks. Download the app today. Use code LOCKEDONMLB for your first deposit match up to $100. That's promo code LOCKEDONMLB. Download the Prize Picks app. Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app. 3 million members. Download the app today. Use promo code LOCKEDONMLB for your first deposit match of $100. Let's look ahead for this Philadelphia Phillies team and what they got going on tomorrow. Now, a little bit of an earlier start time for the Phillies. They're going to be at it against the Chicago White Sox, looking for their 5th consecutive win and yet another series victory. Phillies have started out this season 12-8, their best start to a season in what feels like a billion years. But tomorrow night, these 3-16 Chicago White Sox will play game 2 of this series. Michael Soroka will get on the mound. He is 0-2 on the season with a 6.98 ERA. He has struck out 10 batters only in 3 starts so far. 0-2 on the season. Zach Wheeler, what a sin and crime against humanity that Zach Wheeler is 0-3 on the season. Now, I know he got shellacked the last time he was out there, when that came to the hands of the Pittsburgh Pirates. He went 5 innings, allowing 5 runs on 5 hits. 4 of those were earned. Did give up a home run and walk 3. So not a great day despite 10 strikeouts for Zach Wheeler. He'll look for a bounce-back performance against the Chicago White Sox team coming up tomorrow night at 6:05. So that's the Soroka goes against Wheeler in tomorrow night's matchup. As for some more comments on this game, let's see what you guys have to say. Daz wants a 6-man rotation. I am not a 6-man rotation guy. I do not appreciate the 6-man rotation. I think these guys are creatures of habit. Maybe later in the season, if you need to give guys some breaks, that's what you do. Dad's also saying Trey Turner's looking like an MVP candidate. Here's the numbers on Trey Turner. After another multi-hit game tonight for Trey Turner, he has just been nothing short of spectacular for Trey Turner. Tonight, 3 for 4, hitting .350 with a .402 on base percentage. .350 with a .402 on base percentage. That is pretty good. He's pretty good hitting baseballs this season. And I thought Ben Davis made a great point tonight during the broadcast. Phillies color analyst Ben Davis made a great point about how Trey Turner's picking up the pitch right off the pitcher's hand. Pitch recognition for him last year, lost. As we know, lost. Could not figure out where the ball was, could not figure out what was coming, could not see the pitcher's finger on the ball, could not pick up the rotation, just nothing, just terrible. This year, it's like he's psychic. Over the last week, Trey Turner has basically been a psychic at the plate. Curveball, got it. Fastball 98, got it. Down and in, got it. He's seeing everything so well. You love it. Absolutely love it. Thought Stott needed a day off, said crazy. But I think the opposite, he needs more at-bats to get a rhythm. Could be. Seems to be better at that. Absolutely. Yes. Crotet is a solid lefty. Rob, that's why I sat Marsh and Stott. I get it. Yeah, I know. Well, there's one more. Oh, here we go. All right. Mark, do you wear the same shirt every postgame? No, but it does look like it, though, doesn't it? It does. For the people on the podcast, I still rock the button down during the postcast. I just feel like it's appropriate. I don't know. But yeah, they're mostly light colored, light blue, white. You know, a couple of them have designs. A couple of them have lines. You know, it's more slimming that way. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm not going to be able to get Trey Turner's numbers. I don't know why. That's come on, intro net. Give me numbers. I want to nerd out over this guy and what he's doing. All right, here we go. In his last 6 games, he's got 4. Oh, my goodness gracious. 1, 2, 3. His last 5 games, he's got 4 multi-hit games. 2 of those, he's got 3 hits. He's got 2 home runs over that span. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doubles. 8-game hitting streak for him. Yeah, I'd say he's doing pretty well. I'd say Trey Turner's doing pretty well in this 7-game hit streak. Let's see if I can get his last 7. Okay. Over the last week, not including tonight, Trey Turner, good Lord. Trey Turner's hitting .440 with a .462 on base percentage, slugging 840, and OPS of 1302. Yeah, I'd say he's doing pretty well. I'd say he's doing pretty well. That's the Trey Turner you paid for, folks. That's the Trey Turner that you paid for. Thanks, everybody in the chat. I want to see if there's anybody I didn't get. Yeah. Appreciate it, everybody. You guys are awesome. Hey, thanks for watching. Make sure you guys hit like. Make sure you guys hit subscribe on this Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Make sure you guys do all that fun stuff. And also, make sure you guys are watching me tomorrow night on POSTCAST. Now, while the Phillies got their game going on tomorrow night against the Chicago White Sox, again, that's a 6:05 start time. Your 10-9-8 76ers will be playing their first game of their Eastern Conference first-round playoff series against the New York Knicks. That game starts at 6 o'clock. So we have conflicting games. We got to go with the bigger game. That game will be a 76ers postcast tomorrow night with yours truly. And I will be certain to wear a much different colored shirt as not to distract or not to confuse the viewing audience on our YouTube channel. So I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. My name is Mark Farzetta. This is the Phillies postcast here on the Locked On Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Catch you guys tomorrow night with a 76ers postcast. See you then.